This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. A lot of people ask me to do this fucking video, so I'm gonna do it. Because I've been getting a lot of questions from a lot of different people, from a lot of different places. The biggest thing that they've asked me is they're like, man, he knows everything, dog. What's up with the epidemic of black men? Why are black men overly praising women, even their own black women? Why are men kissing women's ass? I want you guys to see the background here. This is the epidemic problem of why men get run and they get trodden over the foot, and why they get basically how He Knows Everything should say it. Basically, they get ran over by women. Let me explain a cardinal rule. And I want you to see He Knows Everything's comment, because He Knows Everything wanted you to get the point. The bottom line is, women are not meant to be something that you're just basically a doormat for them to walk all over. When a woman sees you as a doormat, they don't respect you. When a woman sees that they can trot and foot over you, they don't respect you. You see, what this Rudy fucking Poo and Plum brain doesn't get is that he's getting trodden over foot. He's getting treated as a doormat. And the reason for that is because he's a beta male. See, beta males don't get that. Beta cuck males. You're fucking beta supremes. Mama's boy pure beta supremes. They don't get it. Women are not impressed by how much you gloat over them, how much you basically compliment them. If anything, they are repulsed by that. Guys that are alpha males, and see, the alpha male terminology is used so loosely this day and age, where everyone thinks they're an alpha male. There's not an alpha male that's an alpha male just off the strength of you thinking that. It's the way you comport yourself, general comportment, the way you carry yourself, the way that you move, the way that you unction yourself, the way that people view you will tell a delineation, a distinction, a gulf and a separation that shows that if you are alpha male or not. What do I mean by that? Alpha males are confident in themselves. This is a number one prerequisite you have to have in yourself. If you don't have nothing else for you to be an alpha male, you got to be confident in yourself. And I'm not just talking about having just plain old confidence. I'm talking about you're so confident in yourself that when moments of pressure arise and you're put in basically moments where you can't figure out what you want to do, but you're trying to figure out your identity as an individual, you have nothing but that. You just have your confidence. That's the only thing that you can rest your hat on. That basically, that's the only thing that exudes you. That's the only thing that moves you. It's the only thing that unctions you into you going out there and basically gaining what we call purpose. Gaining what we call basically you having the ability to say, you know what? I don't care what my current climate is. I don't care what my situation is. We gonna figure this thing out. We're gonna be purposeful about this. We're gonna be confident about this. We're gonna be abundant mindset associated with this. This is what true confidence is. That's what I mean when I say confidence. Because confidence reveals itself in pressure moments. Confidence reveals itself when you're under the gun. Confidence reveals itself when you have nobody else to fall back on but yourself. Are you going to be weak? Are you going to basically be trodden over foot? Are you going to be a doormat? Or are you going to say that I'm a man, I'm going to grab my cojones, and I'm going to gird up thy loins, and I'm going to figure this thing out? That's the type of confidence that I'm talking about. The second prerequisite that you have to have is you just got to be yourself. You just got to be that person that people know who you are. And when I say that and I mean it in such a way when I'm saying that people just know that this person has a signature about them. They can be identified. Anybody that meets you, they see a prerequisite inside of your, basically what we would say, corporeal being. That's basically the carnal version of you that people see, right? And they can tell this person right here that's in front of me, the carnality that is in front of my visage, i.e. my vision, is someone that I can respect. Someone that I can sit there and look at and say, you know what? This person, they got their shit together. This person right here knows who they are. So there's a signature there. That's what I mean when I say signature. You're basically leaving your John Hancock everywhere that you're going. So people can know that this person stands out, meaning you are unique and rare in your own individuality. Not that you're unique and rare in the sense that you're just unique and rare, and we're using the terminology. Unique and rare in the sense of you know who you are, you're not trying to be anybody else, you're being yourself, but you've maximized all of the abilities of being yourself, and people can see that. The third prerequisite, and this is very important, this is the prerequisite of you finding a purpose. Because when you find a purpose as a man, there's no room for you to be chasing fucking skirts. You don't got room to be sitting there and doing what this guy's doing in the background, being fucking thirsty. There are moments that alpha males do it too. There are moments when you want to have companion. There are moments when you want to engage with the outside sex. But those are moments because your human anatomy, your physiology tells you that you're horny as fuck and you want to go out there and basically screw somebody, or you want to procreate with them. However you want to roll and dice it, whatever decision you make. But it's in those moments that you do that. See, a lot of men, they just go out there and they just give their manliness to any and every motherfucker. They don't care. A lot of them are desperate because, let's just be honest, they didn't do the other two prerequisites. So because they didn't do all of the prerequisites, they weren't able to get over the hump. They weren't able to find out who they were as individuals. And people can see right through that, i.e. women. They can see right through the fact that you don't have your stuff together. This is what finding a purpose does. It creates a void of time. So that way you're not running after skirts. The reason why purpose is very important for men to find is because if a man doesn't have purpose, because of the fact that men are always thinking about sex on the fucking brain, the next thing that you're going to allow your mind to be consumed with is getting fucking skirts. Well, if you're consuming your mind with getting skirts all the damn time, how are you building yourself up as an individual? How are you building your affairs? How are you building your finances? How are you building yourself up from a business standpoint? See, a lot of people don't think about that. A lot of people don't look ahead. A lot of people don't look beyond their current climate. These are the prerequisites that differentiate you as an alpha male from these beta males. So when you see somebody like this in the background, this is a guy who basically didn't prescribe to achieving all of the things that he needed to achieve. This is a guy that didn't get over the hump. This is a guy that didn't do what he was supposed to. And I'm not talking about him not being successful. Beta males can be successful too. We're not talking about that. We're talking about all of the other prerequisites. The confidence factor. The basically not checking for anybody factor. You know who you are and you're comfortable in your skin factor. A lot of men don't see these things for what they are. And this is disturbing. This is why we live in a culture where OnlyFans exists. This is why we live in a culture where women are able to parade around and dominate these men. Because a lot of these men are not men. They give you a look as if they're men. They give you a similitude as if they're men. They give you this visage as if they are men. but they lack the fullness thereof. Because when you are a true man and you're truly buzzing the i.e. testosterone component, we're not saying testosterone because it sounds good. We're actually talking about the component of being a testosterone-filled man. An alpha male is a superior man. A beta male is an inferior man. See, if you want me to break this terminology down, I'm breaking it down to you to a science for you to understand. When we say alpha male, we're talking about superior manhood. When we talk about beta male, we're talking about inferior manhood. And there's a difference. There's a delineation. There's a gulf. And there's a separation between the two, because superior manhood is all about trying to find ways to keep that superior edge. It's all about trying to find ways to continue to build upon the foundations that they have laid upon so that they can leave a lasting legacy. These are the types of men that women go fucking goo-goo and gaga over. You know why? Because these men understand that women are not their priority. Their purpose is their priority. So when you got somebody in the background like this, clearly, and when I say clearly, I mean fucking clearly, his priority is that ass. You see, when men look at the opposite of things, that's when they succeed. If your priority is not ass, you gonna get ass. When your priority is ass, you get no ass. You get the teasing of ass. This woman right here, and He Knows Everything's comment, He Knows Everything's told the truth. Now, she may feel some type of way. She may feel that He Knows Everything is denigrating her. She may feel lesser than. But that comment's going to allow her to go to He Knows Everything's page. You want to know why? Shit. This motherfucker had the unmitigated gall. He had the audacity to say that I'm extremely overrated. Here's the thing. He Knows Everything didn't say that because of unmitigated gall. He Knows Everything didn't say that because of audacity. He said it because it was the truth. Stop lying to these women. Stop overrating these women. And stop prostrating these women around, parading them around as if they are transformers more than meets the eyes. They're not that. At their truest and their most properest levels, they are no different than you. If you want me to be honest with you and give you a secret, they are lesser than you. They are the weaker vessel. They are inferior to you. When you are a man and you understand this, and you've purposed yourself to this, and you've come to the quintessential truth of it, then you get it. And you won't be chasing fucking skirts. A man is supposed to chase his purpose. If there's anything that you're chasing as a man, that is what you are chasing. Your purpose in life. When you chase that, you become unstoppable. You become basically what we would say an unstoppable force. You become a force of nature. And people prescribe to you. People want to be around you. This is why He Knows Everything. Everywhere he shows up, the women at the yard be like, damn, I go to the gym. Oh, shit. What the fuck is that? They came in the motherfucking building. You could tell because they stopped doing what they're doing and they see that a true testosterone-filled man has walked into the fucking building. They know. Women know when an alpha male has stepped into the room. I know this to be true because I hear them. Damn, you just, when I see you, you just built a certain way. You are the definition and the quintessential idealism of a man. You are just a man. You're not a man child like these boys out here. You're a man. I've been told this. There's just something about you, man. You're so handsome. You just so this, you so that. And handsome is by the beholder of the eyes. Now, I am truly a handsome man because I'm handsome to damn near over 90 percentile women. If you're handsome to over 90 percentile women, you are motherfucking handsome. But when I say that handsome is to the eye of the beholder, handsome can be perceived based on a guy that's on his shit, that has his purpose together. Now, if you got the handsome man game, like a he knows everything, on top of that, that just puts you in another bracket. You know, there's levels, there's gears to this stuff. And I told y'all this. But handsome is based on what you bring to the fucking table. Men were never created to be the fairer creature. It was women that were created to be the fairer creatures. That's why they seduce you with their looks. This is what they bring to the table. Seducing you with their counterparts. Seducing you with their bodies. Look at the background. What has happened to this Ray Jackson? This beta male. Beta cuck male. You're fucking beta supreme. Mama's boy pure beta supreme edition. He's been seduced by her looks. Now to me, her looks ain't even all that. But we all have a cap as men. We all have what's our taste. We all have something that tells us, damn man, you know, this woman right here stands out. This woman right here, she does it for me. I'll show you in the background. Look at the background. That's my taste right there. That's my flavor. I like that. But even with that being my taste and my flavor, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to go overboard and say that, hey, I'm going to step out of my way to make myself feel uncomfortable because it's my taste and it's my flavor. No. Once you've developed your purpose, once you've developed your confidence, once you've developed you as the factor of being that you are as a man, then nothing can get in the way of you and you fulfilling your identity and your manhood. Being a man is all about understanding you, the very essence of you. What makes you you? What makes you tick? When you understand that more and more as you go through this thing called life, the more easier things will become. The more access you will have. The more resources will be provided to you. And the more ass you will fucking get. Because women will smell that this guy right here is a distinguished gentleman. He's a Renaissance man. He understands the fiber of the being of who he is. He understands his anatomy. He understands his physiology. He's well in tune with his limitations. But what makes him beautiful and what makes him stand out, what makes him handsome, is the fact that this guy right here also understands his strengths and how to maximize the weaknesses and turn them into strengths. This is what separates the superior man, i.e. alpha male, to the inferior man, i.e. beta male. Because the superior man, i.e. the alpha male, is always striving towards this. The inferior man, i.e. beta male, is lacking in striving in this. They don't push towards this. They don't understand that there's an ideology that's associated behind this. When it's all said and done, I say all of this to tell you guys this quintessential truth. Stop chasing fucking skirts. Chase your fucking purpose. Because when you chase your purpose, the skirts will fucking come. It's like the scriptural verse that says those who exalt themselves will be humbled, but those who humble themselves will be exalted. Well, that scripture is linear with this. If you're chasing your purpose, the skirts will find you. But if you're chasing the skirts, there will be no purpose in the skirts finding you. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth-teller fashion. When it's all said and done, that's what it boils down to when you're dealing with women. You have to understand the thing that most people think women are, in actuality, you got to run with the opposite of it. Because in running with the opposite of what they think, in running with the opposite of how they view and see things, it allows you to move. If every man sees this woman and give her attention, you got to be the motherfucker to not give her attention. I mean, it's really simple. And I'm not telling you to force not giving her attention. It's just, if you are a man that's filled with purpose, you are a man that got your shit together, why should you waste your time and energy, which are your two most valuable resources, into giving her attention when you know your value? So naturally, you're not going to give her the attention because you understand your intrinsic and extrinsic value. This is what separates the superior man, i.e. alpha male, from the inferior man, i.e. beta male. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth fashion. I keeps the foot on the digs. In this instance, I have to keep the foot on this beta male's neck because this beta male is not realizing that he's always going to be that motherfucker like he is in the fucking trees, looking at an ass and an ass cheek right from where the fuck he's at, because he's not looking at the bigger picture. You don't chase women. Women are supposed to fucking chase you. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out. Go ahead, He Knows.